In the heart of Earth's most advanced research facility, the Roberts Institute, Dr. Benjamin Roberts toiled away in his dimly lit laboratory. His ambition was clear: to unlock the full cognitive potential of the animal kingdom. Years of tireless experiments and unwavering dedication had brought him close to a breakthrough that many deemed impossible. Dr. Roberts, a man in his early 40s with a shock of unruly black hair and piercing blue eyes, was known for his unconventional methods. He believed that intelligence was not a trait unique to humans but a latent potential within many species. His fascination with the cognitive abilities of animals led him to focus on great apes, creatures he saw as humanity's closest kin. After years of failed attempts and minor successes, Roberts finally devised a revolutionary method to enhance the neural pathways of apes. The process involved a combination of genetic engineering and neurostimulation, designed to amplify the ape's cognitive abilities. The result was astonishing. The apes quickly acquired human language skills, exhibiting a level of comprehension and communication previously thought to be unattainable. Roberts's excitement was evident as he introduced his most promising subject, an intelligent and curious chimpanzee named Bernard, to human language. Bernard's rapid progress astounded even the most skeptical scientists. Within weeks, he could understand and respond to complex sentences, his dark eyes gleaming with a newfound awareness. As word of Roberts's success spread, the scientific community and military took notice. The United Earth Command, ever in search of an edge in its ongoing struggle against alien threats, saw the potential in these newly intelligent apes. The Interstellar Union had long been challenged by rogue alien planets, and humanity's resources were stretched thin. The apes, with their strength, agility, and now intelligence, represented a game-changing asset. Major Jennifer Caldwell, a seasoned strategist known for her decisive leadership and tactical brilliance, was assigned to evaluate the primal vanguard. She was initially skeptical but soon recognized the apes' potential. Their physical prowess, combined with their advanced cognitive abilities, made them formidable allies. Major Caldwell's respect for Dr. Roberts's work grew as she observed the apes in action, their loyalty and cooperation surpassing her expectations. The integration of the apes into the military was a challenging yet rewarding endeavor. Rigorous training programs were developed to harness their unique abilities. The apes learned human tactics, adapted to advanced weaponry, and demonstrated remarkable teamwork. Bonds of mutual respect and camaraderie formed between the apes and their human counterparts, particularly between Bernard and Major Caldwell. This alliance marked the dawn of a new era in warfare. As the apes continued their training, a looming threat became increasingly urgent. 3 rogue alien planets, Velnir, Mondor, and Gorith, had seceded from the Interstellar Union. These planets, led by power-hungry warlords, posed a significant threat to galactic peace. The United Earth Command needed a decisive victory, and the Primal Vanguard was their best hope. The first target was Velnir, a harsh, rocky planet inhabited by resilient and fiercely independent aliens. The Velnirians were skilled in guerrilla tactics and had repelled multiple human assaults, resulting in a costly stalemate. Major Caldwell, now leading the Primal Vanguard, devised a bold plan to break the deadlock. The apes, with their enhanced agility and strength, were ideally suited for the mission. Their ability to navigate Velnir's treacherous landscape and execute surprise attacks gave them a significant advantage. The Primal Vanguard's first test in real combat would determine the fate of the entire campaign. As the final preparations for the Velnir assault were underway, Dr. Roberts reflected on the journey that had brought them to this point. His initial dream of unlocking animal intelligence had evolved into something far greater. The apes were not just subjects of scientific curiosity but comrades in arms, allies in humanity's struggle for survival. The night before the assault, Roberts visited the Primal Vanguard's training ground. He found Bernard and Major Caldwell in deep conversation, the bond between them evident. Roberts felt a surge of pride and hope as he watched them, knowing that his work had not only transformed the apes but had also forged a powerful alliance that could shape the future. Major Caldwell addressed her troops, human and ape alike, her voice steady and confident. "Tomorrow, we face a formidable enemy. But remember, we are stronger together. We fight not just for ourselves, but for the future of humanity and our new allies. Trust in each other, and we will prevail. The primal vanguard, their resolve unshakable, prepared for the mission ahead. The first step in their journey to conquer the rogue planets would be fraught with danger, but they were ready. The dawn of a new era was upon them, and with it, the promise of a brighter future for all. The planet Velner loomed ahead, a desolate sphere of rocky crags and arid plains. The Velnarians, known for their tenacity and guerrilla tactics, had repelled numerous assaults, turning the landscape into a graveyard of broken human dreams. This time, however, humanity had an ace up its sleeve, the primal vanguard. Major Jennifer Caldwell stood on the bridge of the command ship, gazing at the unforgiving terrain displayed on the holographic map. She knew this battle would be unlike any other. "Prepare for descent," Major Caldwell ordered, her voice firm yet calm. She glanced at Dr. Benjamin Roberts, who stood beside her, eyes filled with both anticipation and anxiety. The primal vanguard was ready, their training rigorous and unrelenting. The apes, led by the intelligent and loyal Bernard, awaited their orders with an almost evident eagerness. As the dropships descended into Velner's atmosphere, the landscape below came into sharper focus. The fortress of Kater, their primary target, was a massive, heavily fortified structure nestled within a labyrinth of canyons. The Velnarians had made it nearly impenetrable, relying on their knowledge of the terrain to defend against intruders. The dropships touched down silently, their cloaking technology keeping them hidden from enemy sensors. Major Caldwell and Bernard led the first wave of troops, their mission to disable the outer defenses and create a breach for the main assault force. The apes moved with remarkable stealth and agility, their senses heightened by years of evolution and enhancement. Caldwell and her team approached the first checkpoint, a heavily guarded outpost bristling with sensors and automated turrets. Bernard, with his enhanced intelligence, devised a plan to silently take down the guards and disable the turrets. The apes moved in unison, their coordination impeccable. Within minutes, the outpost was neutralized, and the path to Kater lay open. "Phase 1 complete," Caldwell whispered into her communicator. "Move to Phase 2. The main assault force advanced, their presence still undetected. The primal vanguard, with their unique blend of strength and intellect, had turned the tide. The Velnarians, accustomed to traditional human tactics, were caught off guard by the apes' unconventional approach. As the vanguard breached the outer walls of Kater, chaos erupted within the fortress. The battle raged fiercely, the apes using their natural abilities to outmaneuver and overpower the Velnarian defenders. Major Caldwell directed the assault with precision, her strategic mind anticipating and countering every move the enemy made. Dr. Roberts monitored the situation from the command ship, his heart pounding with a mixture of fear and pride. Inside the fortress, Bernard and his team navigated the winding corridors, their objective clear: disable the central command center and disrupt the Velnarians' communications. The apes moved swiftly, their heightened senses allowing them to avoid traps and ambushes. They encountered resistance, but their superior strength and tactical acumen ensured their victory. At the heart of Kater, Bernard and his team reached the command center. The room was a hive of activity, Velnarian officers scrambling to coordinate their defense. With a series of well-coordinated strikes, the apes subdued the officers and took control of the facility. Bernard accessed the main console, using his advanced cognitive abilities to disable the fortress's defenses. "Command center secured," Bernard reported, his voice calm and authoritative. "Defenses are down." Major Caldwell received the message with a sense of triumph. "All units converge on Kater. The fortress is ours." The combined human-ape force surged forward, overwhelming the remaining Velnarian defenders. The fortress of Kater, once a symbol of the planet's resilience, fell into human hands. The Velnarians, recognizing the futility of continued resistance, began to surrender. Major Caldwell stood in the central courtyard, the battle won, yet aware that the war was far from over. She looked at Bernard, who stood beside her, his eyes reflecting a mix of relief and determination. The bond between them had grown stronger, forged in the crucible of battle. As the sun set over the rocky landscape of Velner, the United Earth Command celebrated their victory. The fall of Kater marked a turning point in the campaign against the rogue planets. The primal vanguard had proven their worth, and humanity's enemies were left to ponder this new and formidable threat. Dr. Roberts, watching the celebrations from the command ship, felt a surge of hope. His vision had been realized, and the apes had become more than just subjects of scientific curiosity. They were allies, comrades in arms, and a crucial part of humanity's future. Now Mondor, with its dense jungles and advanced technology, presented a new and daunting challenge. Unlike Velnir, Mondor was a lush, vibrant world where every tree and shadow could conceal danger. The Mondors were a cunning race, leveraging their superior technology and intimate knowledge of the terrain to create an almost impregnable defense. Major Jennifer Caldwell stood at the helm of the command ship, studying the topographical map of Mondor. The mission ahead required precision and adaptability. "We need to take out their technology hub," she briefed her team. "Without it, their defenses crumble." Dr. Benjamin Roberts, observing the meeting, felt the weight of anticipation. The primal vanguard had proven themselves on Velnir, but Mondor demanded a different approach. Bernard, their leading chimpanzee, had become more than a soldier. He was a symbol of hope and ingenuity. As the dropships landed into Mondor's verdant canopy, the jungle swallowed them, masking their approach. The apes' natural agility made them ideal for navigating this treacherous environment. Major Caldwell and Bernard led the vanguard, moving silently through the underbrush, their senses attuned to every rustle and whisper. The first obstacle was a series of energy barriers, invisible but deadly. Mondor patrols guarded these barriers, their sleek, advanced armor gleaming in the dappled sunlight. Bernard, with his enhanced intelligence, quickly formulated a plan. The apes, using their heightened senses, identified weak points in the barrier's power sources, allowing the team to disable them with minimal conflict. Moving deeper into the jungle, the primal vanguard encountered automated defense drones, hovering sentinels that scanned the foliage for intruders. Major Caldwell coordinated a diversion, drawing the drones away while Bernard and a select group of apes infiltrated the main power station. The apes' nimbleness and strategic acumen were on full display as they bypassed security protocols and sabotaged the facility. With the drones neutralized, the path to the technology hub lay open. The hub, a sprawling complex of sleek metal and glass, was the nerve center of Mondor's defenses. Taking it down would be no easy feat. Major Caldwell divided her forces, sending one team to create a distraction, while she led the main assault with Bernard at her side. The initial attack caught the Mondors off guard. The apes, with their brute strength and enhanced cognition, overwhelmed the outer guards swiftly. However, the deeper they pushed into the complex, the fiercer the resistance became. The Mondors, desperate to protect their stronghold, fought with a tenacity born of survival. Inside the hub, the primal vanguard faced their toughest challenge yet, a new type of energy shield impervious to their weapons. Bernard, recognizing the importance of the mission, took charge. He led a small team through the labyrinthine corridors, using their advanced senses to avoid patrols and traps. Their goal was to locate the shield's power source and disable it. The journey through the complex was perilous. The team encountered numerous obstacles, from automated turrets to heavily armed guards. Yet, Bernard's leadership and the apes' unity and resourcefulness saw them through. They finally reached the power core, a massive, pulsating structure at the heart of the hub. Bernard and his team worked quickly, their movements precise and coordinated. They planted explosives around the core, ensuring the shield would be permanently disabled. With the charges set, they retreated to a safe distance and triggered the detonator. The explosion rocked the complex, the shield flickering and then collapsing. Major Caldwell seized the opportunity, leading a full-scale assault on the now vulnerable hub. The Mondors, their primary defense shattered, fell into disarray. The human-ape coalition advanced relentlessly, securing the complex room by room. As the battle raged, Major Caldwell received an urgent transmission. The Mondors were attempting to activate a failsafe that would obliterate the entire hub, preferring destruction over defeat. Realizing the gravity of the situation, she and Bernard led a desperate charge to the control room. The final confrontation was intense. The Mondor leader, a formidable strategist, fought with a ferocity that belied his species' reputation for technological dependence. Yet the combined might of Major Caldwell and Bernard proved too much. They subdued the leader and deactivated the failsafe, securing a hard-won victory. With the technology hub under their control, the rest of Mondor's defenses crumbled. The Primal Vanguard had struck a decisive blow, dismantling the rogue planet's ability to wage war. The Mondors, recognizing the futility of continued resistance, began to surrender. As the dust settled, Major Caldwell and Bernard stood amid the ruins of the once mighty complex. The bond between them had grown even stronger, forged through shared struggle and triumph. The victory on Mondor was a testament to the power of cooperation and ingenuity. The fall of Mondor marked another step toward peace and unity, but the path to lasting victory required one final, decisive confrontation on the most fortified rogue planet of all, Gorith. Gorith, the final rogue planet, lay ahead, shrouded in the haze of its fortified defenses. Unlike the previous planets, Gorith was a fortress world, its entire surface a sprawling complex of military installations and fortified cities. The Gorithans were the most formidable of humanity's adversaries, their military prowess and technological advancements unparalleled. For the Primal Vanguard, this would be their greatest test. Major Jennifer Caldwell stood on the command deck, her gaze fixed on the holographic projection of Gorith. "This is it," she said, addressing her team. "We fought hard to get here. Now we finish this." Dr. Benjamin Roberts, a silent pillar of support, nodded. The stakes had never been higher, and the bond between human and ape, forged in the fires of battle, would be crucial in the coming conflict. Bernard, the indomitable leader of the Primal Vanguard, stood ready, his eyes reflecting a steely resolve. The plan was audacious, a multi-pronged assault aimed at crippling Gorith's command and control infrastructure. The first objective was the planetary shield generator, a massive structure that enveloped the entire planet in an impenetrable energy field. Without disabling it, no ground forces could land. As the fleet approached Gorith, the Primal Vanguard prepared for deployment. The dropships launched, descending towards the shield generator's location. Major Caldwell, leading the main assault force, coordinated with Bernard and his team, who were tasked with infiltrating and sabotaging the generator. The approach was fraught with danger. Anti-aircraft fire lit up the sky, and enemy fighters swarmed the dropships. The Primal Vanguard's advanced technology and tactical acumen allowed them to evade the worst of the fire, but casualties were inevitable. Despite the losses, they pressed on, driven by the knowledge that failure was not an option. Upon landing, the Vanguard moved swiftly. The landscape was a maze of bunkers and trenches, but the apes' agility and strength gave them an edge. Bernard led his team through the labyrinthine defenses, their movements a blur of precision and power. They encountered fierce resistance, but their unity and determination saw them through. Reaching the generator, Bernard and his team faced their most daunting challenge yet. The facility was heavily guarded, and the defenses were sophisticated. Using a combination of brute force and strategic sabotage, they disabled key systems, creating a path for Major Caldwell's forces. Inside the generator complex, a fierce battle ensued. The Gorithan defenders, aware of the critical importance of the facility, fought with relentless ferocity. Major Caldwell, leading from the front, inspired her troops with her courage and tactical brilliance. Bernard, his presence a symbol of hope and resilience, fought alongside her, their partnership an unbreakable bond. After a grueling struggle, they reached the control room. The final confrontation was intense, the Gorithan commander a strong opponent. But the combined might of the Primal Vanguard proved overwhelming. With the generator disabled, the planetary shield fell, and the full might of the human fleet descended upon Gorith. The battle for Gorith was not from yet. With the shield down, the ground invasion began. The Primal Vanguard, now supported by the main human forces, launched a coordinated assault on key military installations. The Gorithans, despite their advanced technology and strategic positions, were steadily pushed back by the relentless advance. As the fighting raged, Major Caldwell and Bernard led a strike on the Central Command bunker, the heart of Gortha's military operations. The bunker, a fortress within a fortress, was their final objective. Taking it down would cripple the Gorthan war machine and bring an end to the conflict. The approach to the bunker was not easiest. Enemy forces defended it with everything they had, knowing their survival depended on it. The primal vanguard, undeterred, fought their way through, their determination unwavering. Inside the bunker, the corridors were a maze of traps and ambushes, but their experience and training saw them through. Reaching the Gorth command center, they faced the Gorthan warlord, a towering figure of strength and authority. The battle that ensued was fierce, each side fighting with the desperation of those who knew the end was near. Major Caldwell, her leadership and combat skills unmatched, faced the warlord directly. Bernard, his presence a testament to the alliance's strength, supported her with unwavering loyalty and strategic brilliance. In a climactic confrontation, the warlord was defeated, his forces shattered. The command center fell, and with it, the last bastion of Gorthan resistance. The battle was won, and the war for the rogue planets was over. As the dust settled, Major Caldwell and Bernard stood together, the weight of their victory sinking in. The alliance between human and ape had proven its worth, overcoming insurmountable odds to secure a future of peace and unity. Dr. Roberts, watching from the command ship, felt a deep sense of fulfillment. His vision had been realized, and the apes had become more than just allies. They were heroes in their own right. It ends with a sense of triumph and hope. The primal vanguard had faced their greatest challenge and emerged victorious, their journey a testament to the power of unity and the indomitable spirit of both human and ape. The future lay open before them, filled with promise and the possibility of a new era of peace and cooperation among the stars. The story, though reaching its conclusion, hinted at new adventures and challenges ahead, ensuring readers remained eager for the next chapter in this epic saga.